Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And today we're covering hopefully the second half of the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker journey. And in the previous video I covered tiers 1 through 5. And I did them all at the minimum relic level. Every character was at relic level 3. And they weren't too bad. A little bit of remodding needed for 1 or 2 of the events. But generally speaking, they went pretty smooth. So then I got to tier 6 and crashed headfirst into a brick wall. Tier 6 is the hurdle. There's always one battle in these events that is geared to be the one that you have to deal with, right? Everything else is kind of manageable, but there's one that you really have to know the strategy, or you really have to have the extra levels, or you really have to have the perfect modding set up to get through it. There's one that's always the challenge, and it seems like tier 6 is the one for this event. In it, you need to use Chewbacca, ROLO, and Lando Calrissian. And Chewbacca is actually combined with C-3PO into the Chewie and 3PO character, but the stats are all based on Chewbacca. So there's 2 waves to the event, and I was getting absolutely crushed, even tried remodding, and really couldn't make a whole lot of progress. I never had a run where I thought, man, that was close if only that one thing had gone my way. Some runs were better than others, some were terrible, but never really got into it and felt close. But I did a second remod after all of the hours that I spent on the previous night trying to get this done. I think I have a handle on it. I have a strategy, so I spent some time today coming up with a new mod strategy, and we're gonna run in now and see if that makes a difference. So I have ROLO here, and she's got health with a little bit of crit chance and a little bit of potency. And the main thing that I switched up here was going for lots and lots of protection on these characters wherever I could get it. I have a lot of protection primaries in here, even at the cost of some of my arrows. Normally you want a speed arrow. I have a protection arrow on a couple of these characters. And you can see Chewbacca, protection, 107,000 protection. And the idea here is, to me, the threat to this run is the stormtroopers and their ability to miss, oddly enough. The stormtroopers, I think it's their zeta ability. They have an ability when they miss, they mark the character with an expose. And they miss a lot because you're putting blind on them, and also just because they're stormtroopers and they have a high chance to miss. So you're getting these exposes and you can't resist the expose. Normally ROLO is a team you want to build for tenacity, and you would think, oh great, I'll just pump up her tenacity and I'll resist. No, the expose is unresistible, and because it is, you're getting hit for these exposes constantly, losing health and protection, and then by the time you get through to the second wave, everybody's close to dead, or you've lost a character, or it's not going well. So instead, if we stack protection and don't focus on health, the exposes will hurt less, we'll have more durability and more stamina and more health and protection to get through to the second wave. That's the theory anyway. Again, this event kicked my butt last night over and over and over again. So I'm hoping that this is a fresh experience and it's a good place to start the video and we at least see some marked improvement. And on the speed front, because I have Leia's lead with the Omega, as we get those exposes put on us, we're gonna gain turn meter anyway. So the speed shouldn't be that big a deal, right? They're not maxed out for speed, but I think we'll still be okay in terms of getting our turns in. So let's get in here and take a look. The only one I'm really worried about, Lando, is super, super squishy. He's only at I think it was 44,000 protection. So a little worried about him taking the hits, but if they bounce between Leia and Chewbacca, maybe we'll be able to get this done. So we're gonna start off with ability blocks for everyone, or as many as we can get. 3 out of 4, not bad. Now, when we get the exposes, we can cleanse them with the distraction, which will also put blind up. And I thought about this a little bit yesterday. I feel like every time we're cleansing an expose, we're saving health and protection. That's one that would have eventually popped, or it would have gone off on somebody else. So every time Chewbacca takes one and cleanses it, that's a win. So we'll do that, and we'll get some blind out there at the same time. All right, Lando, strategy with him is pretty simple. Every single turn, he should be using his special. Hopefully he's critting, and then he just keeps on critting and keeps on doing it. Unless I'm down to one final enemy in this wave, then obviously I don't want to do it because I won't be able to crit twice, and then the ability won't reset. So there we go. We got at least 3 there, and I think 1 might have dodged. We have to attack this guy, so let's do it. Second attack going out, and we are hitting a lot harder. That's another change that I made. I gave Lando an offense set, and he was running just crit chance, crit damage yesterday. So that damage, that looked like way more than I was seeing yesterday. So already I think we've got some good improvement. So the question now is, do we put out this area sweep, or do we try to save it to get a kill? For this first run, I'm just going to throw it out there and try and get the damage out to as many people as fast as possible. All right, we've already got buff immunity on one of these troopers. Let's put it on a second one. He doesn't get it. And so here is the question. Do we use the taunt or the cleanse when we don't have an expose? I'm going to say no. I'd rather save it for a turn. Let's get some extra damage out there. All right, more ability blocks. And we can see Rolo is taking a punishment. And see, those numbers looked lower again. That was down to I think 16,000 again. All right, now we've got an exposed, so we'll put it out there. And we're forced to hit one of the taunters. Let's go for the guy without defense up. And now we'll go for the other guy to try and put buff immunity on him as well. We don't get it. This should be a kill, ramping up some attack here for Chewbacca. I saw some 20Ks in there, that's nice. I think we still have enough turns, so let's go ahead and do the grenades. I would like to have them ready for the opening in the second wave. So hopefully the cooldown will be reset and we haven't blown it there too early. And let's cleanse that expose. Again, we definitely want to have blind ready going into the second wave as well, but I feel like we've got enough health there to still chew through. Leia is down pretty low here. And this is the one situation where Lando's not going to use his special. Will instead just go for the basic because there's only one character to hit. Alright, we do get to go first. And I think we're going to go with the blind to start us off. Oof, we don't really get it. We do need an ability block here. And we don't get that either. Buff immunity on Boba Fett is not really going to do anything. Let's see if we can get it on one of these troopers. We really need an ability block here, or Boba Fett's going to execute, and I'm betting it's going to be Leia. Alright, we got the ability block, so hopefully we can survive this next turn, and we can't.
You're lucky that you are on. Time for your food. My goodness, your skills are quite
Okay, so I just had a pretty lucky first run. I actually had a triple cleanse. I had 3 exposes on Chewbacca and was able to use his first special to cleanse all of them. So you can see my characters are in pretty good shape, health and protection wise. And I think I was even able to save all of the cooldowns so that I can start off this wave with everything. The blind, the ability block grenades, Chewie special. I think I have everything ready to go. So best situation so far. This is about 12 runs in, and we'll see. Again, a lot needs to go exactly right here for this to work. Lando's turns, as always, are easy. Looking for some ability block. Stormtroopers and Boba Fett are the big targets here. 2 out of 3. All right. Because he has ability block, I don't really care about the blind on this turn. Let's get the damage out there. Alright, once again, going for ability blocks. We did okay there. Let's cleanse the expose. We ate that missile, and that was fine. Okay, nice to get around the execute. That helps. We're going to take out the other officer. Stuck behind taunt, so we got to pound through it. If I can get Chewie's attack off here again, it should be really powerful. Oh, ability block on Boba Fett is huge here. We really need it. We get it. Alright, this is definitely going to take out Fett the first time. Is there a reason to cleanse and save it for when he comes up and then let Lando kill Boba Fett and then let Chewie potentially kill him a second time? Oof. That might be the right play. It's a little bit too aggressive. Let's just go for this, see how much damage it does to these troopers. Definitely takes out Boba Fett. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Alright, we really want to blind here. Really, really want to blind. Oh, we don't get it. Alright, let's take the trooper out because Fett's going to get this next target attack off, and this one hit isn't going to kill him. Alright, ability block would be big. Boom! We got it! Oh, that's huge! So we'll go in and take a closer look at the mods. I think those are really important. Wow, that was probably 15 total runs since doing the new mod set that I have on them tonight. Again, 2 hours plus 100 runs last night, and the mods weren't set up perfectly, and we didn't get there. So let's go and take a look at what got the job done. Okay, Chewbacca, a health set, a potency set, and a defense set. I don't know if the defense is helping there, but those are some of my best mods for those slots. I think they're on my General Anakin. They've got some crazy speed, and again, protection, right? So let's start at the top. Offense primary, 21 speed. We were trying to max out speed in the spots that don't matter, right? We can't put a protection primary there, so we went for speed. Again, speed in the second slot. You do want some potency. You need those blinds, some assistance in landing. But again, after the hours I spent last night with a full potency set, like 100% potency on Chewbacca, maybe 110, you still weren't getting 4 for 4 blinds or 3 out of 5 blinds in the second wave. It was completely random, it felt. So give yourself some potency. Don't ignore it. But I think protection is the way to go. Again, if you're trying to min and sneak through. All right, so protection primary on the circle. Also on the cross. Also on the arrow. I did go protection on even the arrow, and I do have a 10 speed secondary in there, so some speed, but, and you can see even the triangle. So it's Protection City here for Chewbacca. 53,000 health. Again, lower health is better. I think the exposes work off of your max health. It's a percent of your max health that they do in damage. So the bigger your protection is relative to your health, the less damage those exposes will do. 265 speed, so he's got some speed on him, but it's not the primary concern. Again, you could have him much faster, but I don't think you need to because of ROLO and her leadership. The first time each turn a rebel ally resists a detrimental effect or suffers a debuff, they gain 30% turn meter. And you're going to be gaining debuffs all the time. Every time a stormtrooper shoots at you and misses, you're going to get an expose, you're going to get the turn meter. So speed isn't as important. It's all about managing and minimizing those exposes. So again, for ROLO, we did a crit chance. Crit is important for her, and a little bit of a part of her kit. Potency, those ability blocks are important, so you don't want to ignore potency. So you can see protection on the circle, protection on the cross. Did I do this? Yep, I did. The arrow for her as well, protection on the arrow and on the triangle. It is protection city, and so 47,000 health, 91,000 protection. Again, doubling the protection to give her as much chance as possible. 67% potency. So, you know, don't ignore it, but you don't need to go crazy. And then there's Lando. And Lando, man, Lando's just squishy. 40,000, 44,000. I did want him to be hitting hard, so I've got offense and then crit chance. He does need to crit on that special to get the cooldowns to reset and to get the ramping damage. So don't ignore crit chance. But you can see here, again, protection. I did go offense on the cross for Lando, so if you were really struggling and he was dying a lot, you could probably put protection in there and to give him the survivability. Again, it's about surviving and letting the damage ramp up. It's not about doing a big punch early. I did give him the speed arrow. All he's there to do is just pump out those area attacks. So I gave him the speed, and I did, because he's going to be critting all the time, put the crit damage arrow on him as well. So that's the team. That is tier 6 of the event, the hardest one. And I did take Chewbacca to Relic 5. I think it's completely doable with a Relic 3 team, but rather than the 15 runs that I spent with the perfect mod set, that's as good as my mods can get, I think, for what they need to be. Rather than that, you might spend 30, you might spend 50. But if you have the time, if you're willing to do it, you can do it. But if you're going to give gear to somebody or relic levels to somebody, Chewbacca's a great one to do it to. Good character, needed for a lot of powerful teams. He slots in. He's an anti-Sith Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. He's awesome. So if you got to bump somebody a couple gear levels, Chewbacca's not a bad choice. All right, so we are into tier 7, and it's just tier 7, tier 8. They're both one-on-one battles, so there's not going to be a ton in terms of strategy and remodding. It's, I think, we use Luke and then we use Vader in one-on-one fights, and then that's it. So I am going to start with Luke in his stock setup. He's got potency and he's got crit damage. He is not specifically modded for this event. Again, he's not in my top 5 teams, so he doesn't have special mods. They're good, but nothing specifically chosen for this battle. And we'll see how that goes with the first run here, and then make adjustments if we need to. All right, so we are faster than him. That's good to know. In the defensive stance, we will resist more debuffs and counterattack. So we'll start there. I don't think we're going to be able to remove Vader's turn meter. He can't be stunned. He can't be given tenacity down. So, but we can still do some pretty big damage here. And I don't think buff immunity is going to do anything even if it lands, but let's go for that. And, oh, right, we can't counterattack Force Crush, so that's fine. We can cleanse the debuffs. That will heal Vader, but he's at full health, so that shouldn't be a concern. The question is, do I want to counterattack? I don't think, I think I'd rather get rid of those dots now. Let's try that, because he's probably going to, oh, and actually they stick, so he's got the Zeta. He's probably going to Culling Blade here. And he does. So, oh, now we get the counters, right. Okay. So, let's go. We are going to heal. I think we need to heal. And you can see Vader got a little bit of a heal there from me. Oh, I need not the culling blade. No culling blade. Oh, we were one away. All right, that was pretty close. Let's try and do it again. I think we can do it with this mod setup. All right, we only took 1 dot that time, so that will help with everything else that's about to follow. Oh, we got speed down on him too. Great. Yeah, let's get the bonus turn. Yep, let's do it. Oh, a dodge. I think we can heal 1 dot here. Got him. All right, so again, not a big deal. Oh, there are 2 waves. Well, that's interesting. All right, so it looks like he's throwing these conduits at us. And I'm guessing they're going to do damage. So let's take 1 out. We get hit by 2, and it almost kills us. All right, let's see if we can get the speed down. We got it. Great. And defense down. Perfect. Yeah, let's heal back up. We're almost at full. Yeah, let's heal. Take 1 out. 19,000 damage. So if you let all of those hit you, you're going to take a ton of damage. It looks like 20, 40, probably 60,000 give or take total if all 3 of those go through, and you're probably not going to survive that. All right, I'm okay. I've only got 1 dot. I'm willing to let him heal for my heal. Oh, a dodge! One more. All right. Okay, that was pretty easy. Didn't even need to remod. Now again, my Luke is maxed out in terms of abilities. All the zetas and the omegas. So I do have a bit of an advantage there. If you're rolling in without a fully zeted Luke, you might have a little bit more trouble. You might need to remod. But not an issue at all. Didn't even need to come close to remodding him from my normal setup. And this is it. This is Tier 8, last tier. We are playing as Vader. And when damage over time effects expire, Vader's granted abilities cooldown is reduced by 1. So we want damage over time effects on Luke, and then we want them to expire. And so it's just Vader. We'll take a look at my Vader here. Oh, is he missing a mod? He is. Oh, right. I gave one of his mods to Chewie for that last battle. So let's go in and fix that. All right, so Vader has his mods back on him. This is, again, not remodded for this event. This is just how I run Vader. We can see he is fully Zeted, so that's going to help. Fully Omega'd as well. And I'm running him with 1 health set and 2 potency sets. I do have his potency pretty high. Let's see, we're looking at 112. So those dots should be sticking pretty frequently. 248 speed, and he's got about 65,000 protection on top of 45,000 health. So again, not specifically modded, just how I run him. Let's see how we do here. So one of the cinematic or battles or confrontations where we have an event ability, 25 turns to disarm. That will end the fight, I guess, as most event abilities do. And it's all about dots. So we'll start with Force Crush, and hopefully we're going to stick them. Only 1. But I think he helped me there. He did. So he cleansed, it expired, it reapplied. And so we're down to 23. And right, and I took 1 off of the 25 for the turn that I took. Now we're going to Culling Blade, which should expire and reapply. So then we should be at 21 on my next turn. Great. Ability block would be wonderful. We get it. And now the dots are going to be expiring and reapplying as the turns go, so I'm not really going to be able to keep track until I see my turn here. So we're at 18. Another ability block is great. Let's go. We want to see at least 3 here when we're done. Ooh, did we get 4? Oh, we got 4. That's awesome. All right, so this should reduce our turn by 5 with this Culling Blade. And, yep, we're at 7. Oh, we need a heal here. Close, 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 close. I need a turn, and we get it. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay, so Luke kind of went crazy, but as he was doing that, the dots were expiring and reapplying. And with not much left, we get to do disarm. So that is going to wrap up the video. Super pumped that that worked out. Again, a little disappointed that in my frustration yesterday, it was late. I was just, having a bad time. I decided to cave and go for the 2 extra relic levels on Chewbacca. But totally doable at the Relic 3 levels. If you have good mods, if you're willing to put the time in, get the right mod sets, which hopefully this video will help you with, and then have the patience to run through after you understand the mechanics, apply what you've known to get the right RNG, to get the right result, without having to overinvest in some of these characters who are bad. But again, some of them are pretty decent and worth the investment. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.